Good morning. Okay, good afternoon or good evening, whenever you're listening to this. And welcome to the Wealthy LaLa Show with myself, the Wealthy LaLa, Laurie Laursen. So today is episode 159. Dum. How'd you guys like the mini card reading yesterday? You guys will have to let me know. Uh, yeah, gosh, guess who's coming over today to play? My two grandsons. Yay! I'm so excited. How did I get so lucky? Their mama, our daughter-in-law, had a surgery, so um, she just needs a little bit of downtime, kind of some recovery time, and we get the fringe benefit. So we got to definitely take care of that daughter-in-law. So we'll take one for the team and have the boys over for the afternoon and evening. Okay, if we have to. So it's really funny because my husband hasn't seen the boys for, gosh, close to 2 weeks. I think it's over 2 weeks now. And usually about a week in, him and I start to get the grandparent twitch. But you see, I was smart. I went there the other day, and then I actually, when I took my daughter-in-law to the city, I ended up to her parents. I then, because she lives out here not far from us, and her parents had the boys while she was recovering too. So when I took her to the city so she could get her vehicle, I got to see the boys then and stuff. So yeah, and see, I'm a cool LaLa because I let my grandson play with my cell phone for a little bit. Well, what he does is he loves the YouTube app. And on the YouTube app, it just has hilarious videos. He goes from watching trucks drop into colors, then they come out red, green, purple, orange, or whatever. Or you watch superheroes and stuff, and then there's these other one really funny, cute little videos where this little boy, he's probably maybe about 3 or 4, maybe about 4, and he babbles. They make a joke of it, and he's like, "Da, da, 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 da." Like that's how he talks into his cell phone. But he calls someone like a to come and fix his oh no, he's the one who comes and fix the trucks. So like say if my husband was working and his truck broke down, he would call this little boy, and this little boy would come with his plastic power tools and fix the trucks or the tires. It's just so funny. So anyways, I like to think that Parker really likes LaLa because LaLa's cool, but I think sometimes it's just because he likes the YouTube app on my cell phone, and I'm the only one who, no one else lets him do it. So, but I'm gonna stick to the story that he just really thinks I'm cool. So, yeah. Anyways, you have to bring in a LaLa story when you're on the Wealthy LaLa show. So, and our daughter is like, well, tomorrow, 32 weeks. I know, that's so exciting. So she was actually telling us the other night that her hubby is going to be working away for about a week, up to about a week or so before she has the babe, or she's due to have the babe. So she's like, Mom and Dad, you guys are going to have to be on alert, okay? Just in case I need you to start getting to the hospital or whatever. And then her hubby will meet her there. And we're like, all right, I suppose we could fit that in. So it's so exciting watching them expand their families and have fun with it. And what I just love about this, the grandparent thing is the like the newness of things that we've just gotten you so used to. And, even the other day when I was visiting with my daughter-in-law's parents, we were talking about the, different things that we do with the kids. And the other grandpa, I was asking my grandson, I was like, what did you do with grandpa today? And so, of course, the grandpa says, well, we went out into the garage and he's got this box of magnets. And so he puts magnets, and then he puts a bunch of like bolts and stuff in there. So Parker goes in and he will play for like 45 minutes, with the magnets and the bolts and picking stuff up. And it's just, it's like it renews the fascination with some of these things that we're just like, oh yeah, whatever, that's a magnet, it sticks to something, okay, wow. But seeing it through a kid's perspective, it's really fun. Well, apparently they were looking at the law of refraction the other day. This doorknob thing, they had a brass doorknob and they had like a silver doorknob, but the brass doorknob, it created more refraction. So they got to see that. And, just their wonderment and their interest in doing things that, again, like I said, we just get so used to it. It's nice to just have it revitalized, because there's no judgment, right? It's just normal. You live through life, you see something 100 times, you kind of like, okay, you're good with it. It doesn't have the same excitement. And it's so fun when you're, showing someone new this experience. It's like it re-alivens it again. Oh gosh. So what in your life do you guys find that you have that creates that sense of aliveness or vibrancy or vitality in your world? Or are you kind of just going through life on autopilot? Like, it's really easy to do the autopilot thing. Like, I really noticed that it's made so right that we have like a comfortable lifestyle, that everything works out. No one says anything off to us. We don't ever, we hit every green light we're supposed to. You're never supposed to have a delayed flight. Everything that when you ordered at a restaurant should 100%, come the way you want it. Just like there's this incredibly high expectations that I'm aware of that we have with how life should show up a certain way. And I am so grateful for being invited to the possibility of what's right about this I'm not getting. Like, what's right about this, what we call contrast into our life of comfort that we so highly desire and prize. And, and I really noticed that it doesn't allow us to like embrace things that are just a part of life. And, I mean, gosh, death is one of them. Oh, man. And big hugs. Like I just recently had an aunt and an uncle pass away within 2 weeks of each other. And, gosh, you just got to have some heart healing time. And my heart goes out to anyone who's, recently lost a loved one. And, the one thing that I know for sure, when we sit in our grief, is that if we were the ones that passed away, we'd be up there going, live your life, have fun. Thank you for missing me, but please enjoy your life. Have fun. When you go into the grief, just make it short. Just know that the grief was something beautiful that we had together. And one thing that I've heard of, I've not really, well, I mean, I've talked to people that have passed away, but I've not had anybody like really, really close to me pass away. So like not a kid or, parents or, sibling, or a close friend or something. So I've not had the chance to access this in that particular way. But what I do know is I've heard that things change, like they're not actually gone. Yesterday, I was listening to an audio with Abraham. This is so not where I thought I was going on today's show. This is really interesting. I just love how it sort of evolves on its own. So yesterday I was listening to an audio with Abraham. So Abraham Hicks, you can find them on YouTube. Really cool, different videos. And the lady who channels Abraham, her name is Esther Hicks, and her husband Jerry passed away gosh, I'm going to say maybe about 5 years ago now. And she said, in the beginning, like, it was really upsetting for her. She wanted him, her expectations were she wanted him in physical form again. She didn't like that he wasn't. And the way she explains it now, or Abraham explains it through her, is that what Jerry is now is more of a whisper. So instead of it being really loud, like really loud as in, really loud, he's right there, he's in physical form, he's hugging her, he's talking to her, they could yell at each other, they could, sing to each other, they could talk to each other. He's no longer in that form anymore. He's not gone. He's just in a form that's more of a subtlety, more of a whisper. And she's found that when she takes the time to meditate and to know this, just to even trust it, she gets so many signs, through songs, through feathers, through birds, through, even hearing him in her head, that he's there. So it's not that he's gone, he's just changed. So I've someone I know has maybe lots of us have older parents, right? And this person I was chatting with the other day has a mom who's in their 80s, and we're having the conversation about this concept of death, because I'd love to have it as much ease as possible when someone, really close to me passes away. And she had said, well, what if it's like ice cube and water, or ice cube and air? Because if you have an ice cube, it's solidified, it's there, you can feel it, you can touch it, okay? And then as it melts and evaporates, it becomes in the air, but it's not gone, it's still there. And I wonder how much less our grief would be if we were able to connect to the whispers and the subtleties of the people that have crossed over, that still love us and adore us like so, so much. Oh gosh. And like, I'm just perceiving the lightness of that. And I know that when something is light, for me, that's true in my world. See if it's light in your world. See what that is and invites you into a different possibility. And one thing that I know from my own experience through life is nobody can rush us through something that we need to take our own time with. And, I was actually really looking at this the last few days, because there was a place where I could find before where I was pretty pathetic and I was pretty needy. And that's actually that's not with judgment. I just actually really was. But what I didn't realize was how much I needed me. I did think it was from an outside source, that I needed it. But it was actually me that I was actually needing, so much so. And I got it when I got it. I'm 53 and a half. I'm going to be 54 this year, whatever that number means. And I got it when I got it. So allow yourself your grief or your sadness or your, frustration or your disappointment without judgment, because that's the key. That judgment, man, that'll stick it. That'll stick it so good that I shouldn't be grieving. Do you know what was really neat? Because I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I've been watching this Kyle Cease. He's got these really neat, you can watch these classes that he's done. He recorded them, and if you want, you can go purchase his classes for like $20 American, or you can subscribe to a monthly fee, and then you can watch all of his things unlimited. And he's really talking about just really being with whatever energy comes up. And this is really timely for me, because I really didn't notice how I was still judging whatever I was going through. So if I was feeling anxious, I was annoyed and judging myself. If I was feeling unsafe, I'd be annoyed and judging myself. If I was feeling fearful, or frustrated, I was annoyed and judging myself. And he really says, like, what if you could love that about yourself? Like, I'm feeling anxious right now, and I love that about me. I love that. I'm feeling really sad right now, and I love that. Like, I wonder how often we're trying to fight for something, because we're judging ourselves with it. So it's like when we judge ourselves for grieving, or we're judging ourselves for being sad, or we're judging ourselves for being fearful, that in itself, that judgment is what's keeping it in place. And what if we could allow ourselves to be like, I am so sad right now. I'm missing my mom. I'm missing my dad. I'm missing my friend who's just passed away. And I love that about me. Do you feel the space in that? I wonder. I wonder if we could just love that about ourselves wherever we're at, and how much things are changeable when we love it rather than judge it. Oh gosh. Anyways, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for listening. Big hugs to you wherever you are with whatever you're at. Take care. Signing off as the Wealthy LaLa. Email me, thewealthylala@gmail.com. Bye.